the Musashi Field Manual. Explore your mind using the 21 guided principles from the mind of the world's greatest swordsman. Get it today at stickmanpublications.com.
Welcome to the Martial Arts and Life podcast with Kris Wilder.
Hi, I'm Kris Wilder, and welcome to Martial Arts and Life and the beauty of podcasting. Wherever you are, whatever time of day, whatever country you're in, I hope that this podcast is finding you well. I want to talk about a lateral move. A lateral move is a circuit breaker. It's a pattern disruptor. You can use it in self-defense situations. Sometimes it works during the interview process where somebody is trying to assess whether you are a victim. And what we're going to do for our purposes of this conversation is we're going to simplify that conversation, because it was extremely simple with the kids class the other day. Now, when I say kids class, I'm not talking about 7 and 8 year olds. I'm talking about tweeners. And a couple of the kids in that intermediate class had, over the course of the evening, really kind of condensed into one evening, had talked about altercations that they'd had at school. Now, these altercations were not serious. Nobody got any stitches and nobody had to go to the hospital. But, it's things like choking, pushing, shoving, all of the stuff that you would sort of expect at that age. And the question was, Sensei, how do I deal with this? Well, it's kind of my job. So here we go. We're going to introduce to these tweeners the lateral move, how to break the dance of the interview and the ultimate progression of it. The lateral move is, well, for those of you that aren't completely familiar with the lateral move, or see it a little differently, or have a different descriptor, verbiage to describe, that's fine. Going to hit the top lines on this for you. The lateral move is not a challenge when you're being interviewed, and it's not a submission either, but it's a move that breaks the dance. And the dance has a very clear set of touch points, of data points, of moments that are supposed to be hit, especially within the social violence. Now, all of these different, whether it's social, asocial, predatory, resource, they sort of have a different quality to them, but they have essentially the same elements. That's a conversation for a later time. We're just kind of reducing this down to its very essence, because we're talking about kids at school pushing and shoving and choking each other. Nothing life-threatening, I guess, is a good way to put it. So how do we deal with that? Well, lateral move. And the idea of breaking that social dance is what this is all about. And you know the dance in its simplest form. What are you looking at? Nothing. Yeah, that's what I thought. And then there's a greater escalation because somebody submitted and somebody's now dominant. And then the other version of it is, what are you looking at? I'm looking at a piece of crap. Great, we've escalated the game and we know where it's going. But there's your overview top line of the dance. And how it's broken is the lateral move, which is, again, neither challenges nor subjugates itself. And the idea of that is to give these kids a skill that they can use that will allow them instantly to break that pattern, especially when you're dealing with a younger mind. a mind that hasn't had a lot of experience or hasn't really congealed. So you have two options. You have the non sequitur lateral move and the idiot lateral move. Let's just talk about these for a second. The non sequitur breaks the pattern by not engaging in the dance, and it is a non sequitur. It is, what are you looking at? Have you started your free trial today? I like Hulu.com. What are you talking about? I was talking about trying to punch you in the face. Have you tried Hulu? They've got a free offer. You can sign up for a month. It just doesn't work. It breaks the cycle. And here's the thing, is that it's really difficult in front of the tribe to lay down a beating on somebody that doesn't understand what's happening. Let me say that again. It is very hard for a social violence perpetrator to execute their act of violence in front of the tribe on somebody who doesn't understand what's happening. Now, here's another version of it, and it's the idiot. And you get the same result, but with a little different flavor. And the way that that works is that by being the idiot, it's not just a non sequitur, but it is stupid as well. The stupid is the best way that I can put this. And that is that the person says, the perpetrator says, what are you looking at? And the other person just goes, I like turtles. Just completely non sequitur, not even close to the same reality. In fact, demonstrating that there is no mental capacity to truly understand what's going on right here. Now, it's a little bit of a subtle difference, the non sequitur and the idiot non sequitur, but they both get the same result. If you are in a situation where there is a person who is getting ready to perpetrate violence on you in front of the tribe, and you don't understand it, then again, it is just what we said it is. The person can't really do it because it doesn't satisfy the need. The other one is different, the idiot version, and the reason is because you're laying a beating down on somebody that doesn't just understand what's going on, but is incapable of understanding what's going on. Villages don't kill the mentally deficient. I want to tell you a story about that. I was working in the state legislature at the time, and there was an investigation. There's an investigation going on all the time. And I knew that my name was on the list of potential subpoena to be interviewed. And so I thought, I better talk to the chief legal counsel before I run into anything. And so I went in, and the attorney's name was Dogbite. That was his nickname, was Dogbite. His name was Alan. He's since deceased, but that was his nickname, was Dogbite. So I just went in and I said, hey, this is what's going, you're aware of this. Absolutely. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. What do you need? I said, I need a little bit of, what am I supposed to do? How should I do this? What's your recommendation? And he said, shut up. I said, I haven't said anything. He said, good. Don't say anything to anybody until you're under subpoena. And then answer all the questions they ask and tell the truth. Okay. And he said, until that time, don't say anything. I said, okay, I get it. And he said, well, let me relate it to you in a way that you probably will get this. I said, great, bring it. And he said, no village ever hung a mute. Okay. pretty cool. And so that's why this second sort of village idiot version works, is that in a social environment, we're just not gonna kill this person. We're not gonna beat this person up because there's nothing to gain in it. There's no stature, there's no money, there's nothing. Just nothing. And it doesn't increase your stature. So by becoming that person, you make that lateral move. Now, the class, like I said, is full of tweeners, and I give them a less than in-depth explanation of this because I just want to get them to the point to where they're going to use it. In a stressful situation, it's often difficult to come up with the right phrase that would either be the non sequitur or the village idiot move. So what I suggested was you should have the words of your favorite song in your back pocket so that you can just know to use it. Just have it ready. So now we begin the drill. Hey, I say, has anybody here got a favorite song that they can recall? You know the lyrics? A couple hands go up. Yeah, I do. All right. Hey, what's your favorite song? Beat it. Okay. Let's try that out and see how it works. We all kind of know how it works. Hey, what are you looking at? Beat it. Pow. You're punched. Not successful. Hey, anybody else got a song? Well, there's one song I like. It's I forget the title. I forget what it was, but they said the title. I said, well, okay, well, what are some of the words? It's like, well, I like the one part, I'm going to hit you hard. Like, no, that doesn't work. These kids, they're just absolutely missing the point. And so I made the mistake, and this is where I missed the point in the instruction. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, this is my fault, because that's what I always initially believe, is that if the idea is not being understood, it's me not communicating it correctly. So I said to myself, okay, I'm not communicating this right. Problem is that I missed this part. And what I said was, okay, all right, look, the song thing isn't working. What about movies? What are your favorite movies? Now I'm thinking I'm going to get Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, or Up, or something, Pixar, Disney, something that is going to be that non sequitur kind of silly idea. Oh, hey, okay. Oh, your hand's up? What's your favorite movie? Well, I haven't seen it. My mom won't let me see it, but I think I want to see it. Oh, all right. Well, that's okay. It's in your head. It's in your back pocket. I like the idea. What do you got? Death Wish? Oh. All right, let's see how that works. What are you looking at? Death Wish? Pow. You're getting punched. Okay. Oh, you got a hand? Okay, what movie? Well, I haven't seen this movie either, but I think I want to see it. All right. What do you got? It's called Annihilation? No. Let's try that out. What are you looking at? Annihilation? Pow. You get hit. So now the song isn't working, and now the movie titles aren't working. I hit on it. I'm going to just give them a non sequitur. I'm going to just give them something that's easy to remember, that's a non sequitur and village idiot line that will bail them out. Hey, I said, I got an idea. Just use this line. I like macaroni and cheese. And that's it. Let's drill this a little bit. Just say, I like macaroni and cheese. Yeah, well, who doesn't? I like macaroni and cheese. Okay, great. So we do this a couple times. All right. Now, hey, Josh, come here. Let's do this in front of everybody. And I'm going to be the bad guy. And I'm going to say, what are you looking at? And you're going to respond. Okay. Now, Josh is a good kid. He's a good kid. He's pretty bright and always up for anything. So that's why, of course, I picked him, because I'm going to get success in this scenario and everybody's going to see the success and then they're going to replicate it, we think. So I say to Josh, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Okay. I say to Josh, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, here we go. What are you looking at? Macaroni and cheese? Pow. You're getting hit. Don't call me macaroni and cheese. Do you see what you did there? You can't call me macaroni and cheese. You need to say, I like macaroni and cheese. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, Bryson, you got it? Yeah. Okay. Well, here, Josh, let's trade places with Bryson here. Let's give this a go. Okay, Bryson, you ready? Yep, I'm ready. Okay. What are you looking at? Macaroni and cheese? Do you guys get the idea that you have to say, I like, before you say macaroni and cheese? Yeah? Okay, everybody say that. I like macaroni and cheese. Okay, great. We got it. We're back on. All right. Hey, come here. Let's do this out in front. Okay, you ready? Yeah, I'm ready. What are you looking at? What? You're supposed to respond. I was thinking. Okay. All right, good. What? Tell me now. Let's do this again. What are you looking at? I like macaroni and cheese. Brilliant. Well done. So it took a long time to get to that point. I don't know that it's going to be completely successful. But the question might be asked of you. Do you have a phrase similar to I like macaroni and cheese that you could have in your pocket that might serve as that village idiot bailout? It's not a bad thing to do, not a bad thing to practice. Just have it in your head a little bit. I have one, and I'm not going to give it to you because you need to come up with your own. If you try to use what I use, it doesn't really fit in your brain. It has to fit in your brain so that it can be used well. Now, I clearly had to come up with something for these kids, because that's what we do as adults. We come up with things for kids to use. Here's a tool. You don't have to understand it right now, but you do have to use it. What we're doing as adults is we're finding that place where we can reach into our brain, even through an emotional fog, find that phrase and drop it to break the dance, to break the order, to break the structure, to actually make that lateral move instead of challenging or submitting. So take a moment and try to find something that works for you. And hopefully, it's going to happen quickly, and it's going to be a much easier experience than the education that I tried to give to these kids and stumbled over horribly, all on me, to try to meet their needs. I think at the end of the day, I did get some success there, but it remains to be seen if it's going to stick.
Dakota, the way of walking alone. Musashi's Dakota, half crazy, half genius. Finding modern meaning in the Sword Saint's last words. A multiple award-winning book you can own today. Get the world's greatest swordsman's views on battle and life, with a modern analysis. Read reviews. Decide for yourself at Amazon.
And now for We're All in This Together. Actually, this isn't quite the traditional We're All in This Together. Lawrence and I did a book several years ago called Legends of the Masters. And we we worked on the possibility of doing an audio version of the book as well. And it just never really came to fruition. But there is some audio out there that is a part of this project that never really coalesced, that never really took off. And for those of you who are in the creative end of the world, whether it's books or audio or video, you know that there are metaphorical shoe boxes full of incomplete video, book, audio, whatever it is, just scraps and tailings and things that are edited out. And they don't get thrown away. So this is a small section from the book, Legends of the Masters. I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, it's just it's an odd little scrap of a program that just never really completely took off, but it's kind of fun. I hope you enjoy it. The Malicious Old Master. A malicious old master, enfeebled by age, and no longer able to fight an honorable duel, determined to maintain his fearsome reputation with cunning. Betaking himself to a cave in a wood not far from his town, he lay down inside and feigned to be sick. Whenever any of the other masters entered to inquire about his health, he sprang upon them and beat them senseless. Many stout warriors lost their lives in that way, until one day an astute young master called upon the old master in the cave. Having some suspicion of the truth, the young master addressed his elder from just beyond the entrance, asking how he did. The old master replied that he was indeed in a very bad way. But, he said, why do you stand outside in the cold? Pray, come in where it is warm and converse with me. I should have done so, answered the astute young master, if I had not noticed that all the footprints point towards the cave, yet none exit the other way.